Hey everyone, another Monday afternoon, and it is good to be with you. It is good to reflect some more on some things going on in my life, um, some things that perhaps maybe we should consider as far as scriptural, um, concerns, things about God. Um, I love to reflect on God and His greatness and His just He is so supreme in every way that we can possibly conceive. And so, as I kind of talk about every once in a while on the podcast, I mentioned that I kind of get into a little bit more detail on my life and different things like that that I wouldn't really get on the show. So I've been dating someone. Uh, and I haven't shared this really with a whole lot of folks. I've been dating someone, and she's great. She's really great. Um, and I'm not going to go into a whole lot with this, but we've been reflecting a lot on God's timing. Uh, you know, just kind of the whole situation that we are kind of in at this moment. Um, there were a lot of pieces, I guess, a lot of things that had to happen in order for us to, begin this relationship. And so, um, God's timing is something that is just incredible if we really think about it. We think about God's providence. We think about His work. I would say in the past 4 years, um, I have seen God's providential hand working in ways greater than I thought possible. Um, and God, He is just incredible in the way that He works in this world, and the way He works in our lives for things to happen and occur. Um, but there are trials that we go through. There are things that may seem inconvenient as far as timing goes. Um, but what's amazing is that I guess the passage, and I sound like a broken record, I know. Romans chapter 8 and verse 28. I brought it up again this Sunday, yesterday while I was preaching. But just this idea that all things, not some things, but all things work together for good to those that love God and are called according to His purpose. So if you are a Christian, not some things, but all things work together for your benefit in one way or another, whether it be difficult trial that we face or great blessing that we have. Where we are in our life at this particular moment, God is using that to give us some blessing. And that is really incredible to think about. There's not a moment in your life, if you are a Christian, there's not a moment in your life where God is not thinking about blessing you. And it's incredible. Now, God allows us and maybe even puts us into trials, difficult times, difficult circumstances. There's uncertainty about the future. Um, maybe there's all kinds of feelings that we have about what's going on in our lives. But if all things work together for good to those that love God and are called according to His purpose, those who are called out in Him, Christians, then there is not anything um, that God is not using in your life to bless you. And I say all of that because sometimes it is difficult to trust in God's timing, to say, okay, I trust you, God, even though I'm facing a trial, even though I'm facing uncertainty, even though I don't know how things are going to turn out. Um, I trust you, God. And so, if we just reflect on that idea that God is so supreme, He is so supreme in every way. Is there anything? Is there anything outside of His power? There's not. It's ridiculous to think that there's anything outside His power. It's ridiculous to think that He is ignorant of our situation. That there's not some purpose behind what we are going through at this particular moment. And so, um, I, I guess I just want to offer that encouragement. You know, me and this girl that we're dating. We've been thinking about this timing stuff, and anyway, it's nice to think about that timing. Trust in God's timing, no matter what situation you're in, uh, no matter what is going on in your life. If you are a Christian, you can have confidence that God is watching out for you right now, and He's working to bless you in one way or another. Maybe it's to make you stronger. Maybe it is to um, give you something that you need. Um, and so we certainly have a wonderful God. We don't deserve uh, we don't deserve to be um, under this constant care. God constantly looking to bless us in one form or another. Um, and so He is wonderful. God extends an abundant amount of grace, an abundant amount of blessing. Uh, and so, that makes Him worth our praise. That makes us, um, it should make us content. Our strength, of course, is in God. That's why we should be content, why we should be at peace, why we can be in joy. Um, we can have joy no matter the situation that we're in. And so I appreciate you watching, listening to this brief, um, you know, idea, this topic on trusting God and His timing. I hope that you are able to see the blessings that God is working in your life now. I hope, I just wish that everyone was able to see, and I'm not saying like I'm an expert in providence or anything like that. I don't think you can be an expert in providence. Um, but I hope that you are able to see God working, because it brings so much joy to see God working um, in His care for us. And so I certainly am thankful for God looking out for me and blessing me in so many different ways. Um, my little boy turns 4 today. It's his birthday. Um, and there are a lot of things that, um, particularly with God's timing, uh, that have given me the great blessing of being his dad. Uh, he's a wonderful little boy. And I'm so thankful for the blessings that God has given me. I hope that you can reflect on those wonderful blessings that you have in your life, and that God is working to continue to bless you and to care for you. Um, so thanks for watching. I hope everyone has a wonderful rest of their week.